So I get a lot of comments on the video that I uploaded, you know, of me and my ex arguing and how it demonstrated some narcissistic personality abuse, basically. And just to clarify, that was recorded 3 years ago, and I've been out of the relationship for over 2 years now. Um, so, sometimes I get comments like in real time, like they think it's going on right now, and telling me to get out or telling me to get help. Well, I've done that, thank you. But it's good to have people comment and share their own experience, because it's about relating and it's about helping each other. And that was my purpose for uploading the video in the first place, is to just bring awareness, and someone comes across it and they can relate to it and be like, oh man, this is happening to me too. I need to get out, or just giving advice on how to get out. But narcissistic abuse is just, it's real, and more people are becoming aware of it, which is really good. So they won't accept it. They won't stay in the relationship. They can get out earlier. They can decrease the level of abuse and damage to their life, and that is really necessary, because it's very damaging, and it's traumatic, and it will stay with you. You have to work through it and deal with it. But it's real. And I've also gotten some negative comments, of course, and I delete those right away. I don't respond to them. I don't take them personally. I just delete them. But they're, it's reality. People have different perspectives, and I've gotten many negative comments. Some calling me a narcissist, telling me I'm pushing buttons, or some craziness like that, which is completely not true. It just, again, people have different perspectives. But if anything, I can admit that were a lot of times where I just should have been quiet. I just shouldn't have continued to feed into the argument and fueled the fire. And of course, we're all human. We can be reactionary, and that brings me to reactive abuse, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're reacting to abuse. You become outraged by what this person is saying to you, because you're in this relationship and you love them, and you can't believe that they're saying this to you, and that they're treating you this way, and that they're accusing you of this, and you have to defend yourself. And we're human. So that's called a reactive abuse. So if anything, yeah, you may have heard that from me, but I definitely was not the primary abuser. I definitely received more damage, than him. So anyway, I wanted to clarify that. And let me clarify something else. Like, here's some, I had to work through this for a good 2 years to get back to a healthier place. I'm still working through things, but from that relationship, I was in that relationship for almost 4 years. And, looking back, I'm like, how in the world, did I do this? How in the world did I stay in this relationship? How in the world did I give so much and receive so little, other than a lot of abuse and just someone using me? And, the thing with narcissists is that they can be really sweet and engaging when everything is going their way, when they're getting what they want. But the moment you disagree with them, or you're not acting the way they want you to, they will just go off. The littlest thing will set them off, and they'll keep going and going until you retaliate and curl up into a ball. That's what they want. They want that ultimate control, always. It's just the way it is, and you can just really lose yourself. And you can really lose yourself, man, because you stay confused. You stay on edge and anxious, because you don't know how they're going to react. You don't know what they're going to say. And that's just not normal, because people who love you are not going to say things to purposely hurt you. They're not going to keep on beating you down. People who want resolution, they focus more on a solution. They'll be more patient and loving and kind with their words, man. So, again, I did a lot of healing, a lot of searching. And, for me, I like to write. So I compiled a list of some of the insults and put downs that he would say to me when he was angry. Or, questions, certain things that he would ask me. Like, if I was in a bad mood, because, you're not allowed to be in a bad mood or sick or anything, I very many times, if I was like emotional or in a certain mood, I'd be called stupid for it. Oh, you're acting stupid. Not trying to find out what's wrong, but just automatically assume that I'm being stupid and just try to discard it or, just blame me, just try to create a argument. But anyway, here's some of the insults that he would say to me. I'm selfish when I don't give him what he wants. Let's see. Has accused me of doing certain drugs like popping pills when he had no evidence or proof that I popped any pills, but he would say that because of my behavior or something. He would just go, to the extreme and say that I'm an addict. I'm popping a pill or something. He said that if he ever really hurt me, my head would have been bashed in. He said that to me once. While we were laying in bed together, he said that to me. He called me a bitch several times, which is not, I don't accept that. That's not right. A man should not do that, especially one you're in a relationship with. This is kind of weird, but one time he farted in my face when he was angry. We were arguing a little bit, and he happened to be standing in front of me, and he farted. I mean, come on, how disgusting is that? Silent treatments every week. He was constantly like gauging my mood. Like, a lot of times they'll be like, how you doing? Are you okay? Not because they really care, but just to gauge your response to see where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Judging my responses. Cussing and yelling when he was angry. Fuels arguments with no resolution. Throws sensitive issues in my face. Like, things I may have told him in confidence that I went through or that bothered me. He would bring those things up when he was angry. Gaslights, guilt trips. Of course, those guilt trips, man, they use that for control or to avoid accountability. He complained a lot, and a lot of the time. Negative suspicions or suspicious thoughts about people, not just me, but people all the time, all around him. The people he worked with, his bosses, the people on a bus, the people at a bus stop, people in the store. I mean, it was nonstop. He was always very suspicious. Could bring things up at inappropriate times. Like, if I'm already upset about something, you're going to redirect me to something else that's going to upset me more. Instead of trying to help console me, you're going to bring up something else to make me more upset. Blames me for everything. Everything's my fault, Will call my family without permission or my knowledge, which was weird. Especially knowing that I am not very close with my family. So it's very weird. Would hide liquor or drink daily, which I was at fault for that too. I used to drink. That was one of the things that really got us together in the beginning, was drinking and smoking weed, man. And a lot of relationships are based around that, getting high and getting drunk together, and that can create a lot of false connection. So when you take those things away, what do you have? When you take drugs, alcohol, and sex away, what do you really have in your relationship? Think about that. Never apologizes for behavior. Never. It's never his fault. Won't even listen to acknowledge to how I feel about something he said or did to me. Let's see. Work hours didn't add up. A lot of the time, certain work hours, he wouldn't have the money at the end. You know what I'm saying? Which is weird. Let's see. Would pick with me until I'm angry or irritated. That's self-explanatory. You know how it is. Triangulates me with his ex-girlfriend and her son. And triangulate means, basically maybe using her presence or using, like, if she would text or call him, you know, I'm not supposed to get mad at that. That's not my business. Or maybe you would bring it up for me to get mad, but do it in a covert way, all out of kind of control, or to arouse jealousy or something, for out of control. It was just crazy. He couldn't keep a job and asked me for my money. You know, even if it was something as little as giving him bus fare or buying him beer or buying him cigarettes. It was weekly, man. I had to come out my pocket for him, and a man should be able to provide. Let's see, no empathy or ability to relate emotionally. I mean, come on, we all know that. Woo! I'm telling you, I mean, that's just not a healthy relationship. It's so very toxic. It's so very draining. And I'm telling you, I'm by no means perfect. Who is? We're all human. We have our issues. But you don't purposely hurt people and continue to do it, not recognize it or take accountability for it, and want to fix it. If you can't do those things, you got a big problem. And that is like that is the whole element of narcissism, man. It's just selfishness and control, no empathy, and it's just so toxic that you just need to run if you meet one of these narcissists out here. And there's a lot of them out here. So again, thanks for watching. Thank you for relating. We need more, topics like this. Like, we need to talk more about these type of topics that affect so many lives. It hurts so many people. So, that is the whole purpose in making this video, is to relate to each other. And it is surprising when people say, "Oh man, I've heard," they say the same thing. My husband says the same thing. I went through the same thing. Like, it's just crazy. Yeah, but thank you for watching.